We have a wonderful guest in the cafe today, an author, an artist, a painter, and a film director. This multifaceted person is with us tonight, and his name is Mumtaz Hussain.
Well, this film, especially The Kind Executioner, is the story of a hangman who hanged the most powerful person, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. That's what I'm expecting or I'm praying for. Whether this film won the prize or not won the prize, I'm looking for a funding.
So basically, the movie was based on Jalaluddin Rumi's philosophy. Mumtaz, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Let me talk to you about your latest gig, which is the film direction and scripting. One of your scripts been nominated for a very prestigious awards in Hollywood, The Kind Executioner, the name of the script. And you're already one of the 7 worldwide selected, from the worldwide, the internationally selected scripts. And how do you feel about it? How did you get there?
Well, this film, especially Kind Executioner, is the story of a hangman who hanged the most powerful person, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. So this is a story between the friendship and the transformation of a person who was religiously very staunch, because he thinks that he is punishing the people, and the God give him the honor or this profession and the power that he is punishing the sinner. And his transformation when he met to the Zulfikar Ali Bhutto from religious aspect transferred towards the political aspect.
But
so
he didn't actually
conscious.
meet with the former prime minister. He actually, that was the first time that when he was being taken to the gallows,
Yes.
that's when we first saw him, right?
No,
you're talking about the executioner.
Yeah, executioner was on a job in the jail,
Right.
Kod Lakhpat.
Right, Kod Lakhpat.
So he was officially, he goes to the jail every day. And Bhutto, when it was processing the case in a high court, so Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was in a Lahore Kod Lakhpat jail. During that time, he got some opportunity.
I see. So basically, this script also has some shred of truth and facts. I mean, it's not totally fiction.
It's not totally, it's
based on a true story.
It's a fiction based on the historical facts.
Right.
The characters are real.
Right.
All those characters are
But
real.
you know, going back to the title, The Kind Executioner. It's an oxymoron. Like, you know, you're calling an executioner, which is in Urdu is called a jallad. When you say jallad, like the image of a person, like, you know, with a sword, big sword in his hands, and about to behead somebody, chop somebody's head off.
Yes.
And then you calling the same person a kind person, you know, the kind executioner.
Yeah.
So how about that? I mean, how did you?
Well, it's the several people really like this title, because there is in 1943 there is another movie is called Kunwari Beva.
Kunwari Beva, which is in English would be how would you translate, like virgin widow. The virgin widow.
Virgin widow. So the thing is, the cruel person who kills people, how could be a kind? So this is the question which raised in the mind of the people, and they convince. My script convinced them to go and watch the film. How he could be the kind?
Yeah, I mean, since I haven't read the script and people have no idea about how it's gonna be seen on the screen. Yeah. But you're not making a political statement here, I suppose. You're not saying that just because he executed somebody so prominent.
No.
That's why he was like, you know.
Yeah. It's
not a political statement.
No. It's not a political statement, and I don't want to go into the politics also. It's a historical fact which happened, and I'm picking up the interesting 2 characters, very interesting, and relationship of both of them. It was inspired by one of the very good film which I really loved it. It's an Italian film. It's called Al Postino, and it was the relationship between Pablo Neruda. He was the Nobel Award winner poet. In the exile, he was living on one island, where a postman comes and he delivered the mail, and they both get interested in each other and develop a relationship, and it progress, and he fall in love with this poet, and he was helping him to convince his lover to get married. So that relationship So it's more like an emotional, and of course there is a historical, political phenomena. That's why he got hanged. But I'm not going there.
I see.
Why it's happened? I'm not touching the political area of this film, but more
I mean,
interesting.
basically a famous person who is
Famous
about
person.
to die, and a
Yes.
person who is very poor.
Yeah.
These executioners,
Yeah.
in Pakistani and South Asian culture, they're not really looked upon as.
No, they are very minor.
Yeah.
They come from an untouchable family.
Right.
They used to be Shudra as a Hindu.
Right.
When the Christianity came or the English, the Britishers came, they converted.
So basically, again, this is about a relationship between a very poor man
Very poor, minor
then,
person, and very powerful
and
person.
one of the very, one of the most powerful men
More
in
powerful man.
Pakistan. Yes,
Yeah.
of course. We wish you all the best. Hope you
Thank
win
you.
the first prize. What happens if you win the first prize? If your
I
script
would-
becomes the number one?
Listen, my more, that's what I'm expecting or I'm praying for. Whether this film won the prize or not won the prize, I'm looking for a funding.
Oh, okay. So they'll
Yes.
open doors for you.
This, even now, this film got accepted and is shortlisted to number
Right.
7. I mean, the few doors are getting opening
Yes.
also.
Of course, I mean, out of 8,000 entries, if you ended up being one of the seven, there's itself an
Still,
honor,
it's
a
a
big
it's a
honor.
very big
yes, and I'm
achievement.
sure it's already opening doors for
Doors,
you.
yes,
Good.
that's what I'm trying.
Good.
That, and it's a South Asian subject. It's
Good.
a pure Pakistani subject, which I want to represent Pakistan in a way to introduce it to the Pakistan.
What are the chances? Suppose if somebody accepts your script. Again, I'm just
Ji, ji.
as a student of films, and
Ji, ji.
what happens if this is accepted for a film?
Yes.
Would you be open to changing the name of the script? I mean, why would you still insist that the name will remain?
No, I'm not.
Because
No, I absolutely.
the idea, of course, is good,
Yes,
is
yeah.
sellable. But of course, when a producer picks it up,
Yes.
he would have certain demands that I want to make this
I'm
part.
very flexible, and I'm not a perfect. I'm still learning. I'm a student of a filmmaking maker, and if I'm going to get the suggestions also, because as soon I get the funding, I'll definitely consult the script doctor to fix and polish and the craft need because the script is the foundation of the film. If the script is good, the film is going to be good. So still I will polish the script. The basic and main idea is there, and definitely I'm not, to improve the script and get more interesting elements in the film, and maybe the dialogues, improve the dialogues.
Very good.
So,
Mumtaz, moving on. Again, wish you all the best.
Thank you.
But we want to watch a small clip.
So no power over the elements, but power over people.
Power.
Yes, but my hands.
There is a gem in the mountain of your body. Seek that mine. O traveler! If you are in search of that,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, going back to our guest today, Mumtaz Hussain. Okay, what happened here inside you? I mean, of course, you're an artist, and I know lots of South Asian artists are inspired by the Rumi's
poetry and the
Maulana
philosophy,
Rumi's
yeah.
poetry.
Yes.
Not just in South Asia.
All over the world.
All over the world, actually.
Yeah.
And a small factoid: Rumi is the largest the most read poet
Poet
even in
the world,
America.
yes.
Somehow, that's what the numbers say.
Yeah.
So tell us about what transpired. Why did you make this movie?
I'm originally from Jhang. There is a small town in Pakistan, and that's a very, very mystic area.
Small but very fertile when
Very
it comes
fertile.
to famous people.
Famous people.
A lot of Dr. Abdul Salam was
Dr.
from
Abdul
Jhang,
Salam
and a lot of
several,
other poets
Majid
and
Amjad
writers.
and all
Yes,
those
exactly.
intellectuals. And not only this one, the Jhang was the culturally for Vienna of the Punjab. He Ranja is from there, and Mirza Sahib from the same land. and all the poets actually look up to this area and they write poetry about this this very fertile and very culturally rich area. So that's beside the story, but there is a mystic elements in the air of this in my city. After 5 miles there is a mystic shrine of the people, and we
A Sufi.
Sufis,
Yeah.
the Sufi shrines are there, and the people with the practice are very much inclined to the mystic, not through the education, not through the qualification, not going and studying the Sufism, through the experience and the experiments and experiences. They are very much Sufi, and this is the philosophy of behind this film is when you looking for someone in your love, and in the middle is the interlocutor is your lover, and behind that interlocutor is the God. To approach and go there, you have to go through the
Love
person
and through your lover. I mean, okay.
and to go to the eternity, absolute power. When you go there, you have to go through a channel, and that channel is your lover. Actually, your destination is a God. To reach the God, you don't have to go into the mosque and looking for a God. You don't have to go to the church or synagogue or anywhere. God is right there in your heart, inside you. The God is inside you. There is one Punjabi saying which I'll recite.
Please,
and I'll
please,
try.
say it.
Yeah. Na rab vich masiti labba, na rab vich marabe hu. Jadon da murshid badhya bahu, ho gaya dur azabe hu. You cannot find the God in the mosque or in any other places where the people go and worship and find the God. God is right there, very close. And sitting right there in your heart. And unless you believe in God, you not be able to find God and looking for and everywhere. This is another very interesting incident I'll tell you. When Jalaluddin Rumi met first time Shams Tabriz, and then
Another mystic.
Shams
Tabriz,
both
yes.
are, and he learned a lot from
Shams
Shams Tabriz, Rumi. Rumi poetry was transformed and changed after meeting Shams Tabriz.
Shams Tabriz, yes.
Shams Tabriz, sorry. So he invited him, okay, why don't you please come and attend my class? And he was sitting there, hundreds of students were in his class, and he was giving a lecture, and there is a whole pile of the book was there. And Shams Tabriz was sitting at the back of in the student, and he was groaning, and he didn't like whatever he's saying, and he was very in a pain. And
Tabriz was.
Tabriz
as a student of
he
Rumi.
didn't like whatever he's saying. He get up, he picked up all the books and throw in the pound, which was in the middle of the madrasa.
And I think that was like in Iran, right? You're talking about the location was
no,
Afghanistan.
No, he born in Afghanistan, Rumi,
No,
and
but
he moved to
this
Turkey.
class
This
was-
class happened in Turkey.
Turkey.
Konya.
Okay. Yeah, because
Yes.
Tabriz was.
Yes, Konya, but he went to Dimashq and
Right.
he traveled and he met there and then he came. But this incident happened in Konya in Turkey. So he threw, and then he said, listen, there's two ways to find God. Read the whole your life. Keep reading. You may find God or you may not find God. But if you see yourself inside yourself, and God is right there. If you feel Him, then you're going to find the God. So this was the reason.
So is this movie, where our viewers can watch this movie?
We can show it, and I have, but it's
Is
available.
is it posted on the web? Can they go on?
Not yet, but I'm going to post it.
Okay.
It's showing in a New York University next.
I'll
in
let
November.
you give a plug of your website to our viewers if you can, if they want to find out something about you. I
Yes.
think mumtazhussain.com.
MumtazArt.com.
Mumtaz Art. Oh,
yes.
so that's even like, okay.
Yeah,
It
Mumtaz
has a
Art.
dual meaning, right?
Two meanings.
It's distinctart.com or Mumtaz as you say.
Mumtaz
your
as an
name. Good.
artist, you can
Good.
find it.
Mumtaz. So, go and watch it on mumtazart.com.
.com.
More information on him. Okay, again. But your original distinction came through your work in art, painting.
Yeah.
You went to the National College of Arts in Lahore, one of the most prominent schools of art, I think, especially in South Asia. And then you branched out, you explored different fields. What happened in that college? What was your focus? What was your, the concentration of learning?
Well, actually, National College of Arts has a one quality. You go there and they don't train you on a specific one thing and one area. You develop your aesthetic. You go there, you meet the architect, you meet the designers, you meet their product designers. All of the faculties, they work together. It's a very much the model of the Bauhaus, which was the Germany, the way of school of art. So we interact everything.
Even in higher grades when you go?
No, then you are specialized.
Then
when
you're
you
specializing.
go, in the beginning, there is a one fundamental course in the first year. In a fundamental course, you study everything. You have to pass. If you don't pass fundamental course, you're kicked out of the school. So first year is really, you work whole day, you've been work and you don't eat, you don't sleep, and you have to finish. It's so tough, the first year. When you pass the first year, and then you study everything. You study sculpture, you study design, you study drafting, you study architecture, fashion, all the primary and essential elements of design and art and painting, you learn them. Then you can develop yourself. I mean, it used to be the bunch of the psychiatrists, they analyze your annual report, the whole year report, and then they suggest you should take design.
Some of the work that I have seen is calligraphy, Khattati. So any inspiration, any reason for
Yeah, it's a very, very interesting incident happened in my life. I was working there, and I usually be very close to my teachers. And Zahur al-Akhlaq was
big name.
Big name was my teacher and very good friend, and I spent most of the time with him when I was learning. So he got a project, Sheikh Zaid bin Sultan Al Nahyan. He was designing his palace in Karachi. So during the same time, he got opportunity to go and teach in Yale University. So he handed over the project to me. He said, you take over. And it was really big opportunity for me to learn. Then I studied Islamic art by myself.
Zahur al-Akhlaq's concentration was also in calligraphy, I guess.
He was a more modern painter and abstract. And he did calligraphy, but not traditional calligraphy. He did like a scribbling, and one of his famous paintings, the Farman, was amazing.
And
but he
inspiration from Saad Khan?
No, Saad Khan he is a very big painter. I'm not comparing with one painter to the another, but his work was on a geometry, which he formed the grid, which was the universal that all the painting has one perfect composition. If you work in the grid, which is the essential part of the Islamic art, because the Muslims invented the geometry and the mathematics and all those things. So in those composition, he developed everything. So his work was more on a sensitive level on that area. Calligraphy has its own beauty. I mean, but when you start inserting the illustration into the calligraphy, then it losing the meaning of the calligraphy. Then it's a very easy way out when you want to translate something, and like there is a one surah, वो देखा नहीं आपने वो खाया वो भूसे के मानंद हो गए, हाथी बना दिया, फील बना दिया, ये बना दिया. It's a very easy to illustrate the words of the. When the calligraphy itself, उसकी नोक क्या है, पेश क्या है, ज़बर क्या है, उन वर्डों को compose कैसे करना?
How do you compose those?
How to compose all those words into each other, and then you take as a visual expression. That's what I do. I do calligraphy as a visual expression. I don't go there and start illustrating the meaning of those things. But I compose, and it's a very abstract expression, which in a calligraphy, that's what.
So you're based in New York.
Yes.
And I have seen some of your interviews, your writings. You also wrote a book of Urdu short stories, Gol Ainak Ke Piche, quite a unique name, and I think probably represents you as someone who is wearing, who sports a Gol Ainak, so to speak. But you talk about pure art from that region where Pakistan is today, from that region. You say, And if you look at the history of arts around the world, I mean, there's nothing like a pure regional art. I mean, there's nothing, because everybody's been influenced by somebody in some other, from some other region.
Some other art movement.
Some other, so I mean, there are so many movements, and they all take their inspirations from around the world. So I mean, is there really, when you say Pakistani art, I mean, is there really such a thing to call it a Pakistani art?
This is my goal. This is my goal, which I want to represent Pakistan into the world. And I usually go into the university and I talk about. Pakistan in 1947 got separated from the India when we
became a separate state. Yep.
Separate state. We took a new name, Pakistan. India was, the name was there before. So whenever they call them India, they have the history, the people, they have a 5,000 years old history of the culture and art history. When you say Pakistan, it's a 60-year-old, but no. Pakistan's cultural and artistic history goes back to the 5,000 years old. And where we started was the Indus Valley civilization. And Indus Valley civilization has the images, has the sculpture pieces, has the living style, has the fabric design, have the textile design, and the living style, and the way they live, and way their culture and associate, and all those things exist there, which
so
we are from.
It's a distinct form of art from that region alone.
That region alone. Then, in that landscape, we've been getting like the South Asian. Then Hinduism came after that. Then Sanskrit, then Buddhist came in. Then Britishers came. Then Muslims came. But the originally art has a 5,000 years old history. But we ignored them.
Exactly, that's what I meant. So it does not just have a pure, that regional art form.
Yes.
I mean, it's been influenced by the Hindus, the Buddhists, Muslims,
British, English, European.
Yes. So I mean, there are some different. Okay, let's move on. I want to talk about your book, Ainak. Gol Ainak Ke Piche.
Yes.
So this has been an acclaimed book.
Thank you.
And we'll whenever we have an opportunity, we'll also discuss that book in detail. But so why can't you just focus on one thing? Why so many different forms and expressions that you is it something that you're still trying to grapple with the idea that what's your real identity, a painter, a filmmaker, a writer, or there's some confusion in your mind that you still, so I mean, are you really looking for an identity for yourself?
No. All these three things, painting, film, and writing, this is a transformation of your thoughts. You picked up of your thoughts, you transfer into different energy. You have a thoughts, you pick up a camera, you make film. You have a thought, you pick up a brush, you make painting. And you pick up a pen and you write. So these three of things are interrelated. You cannot separate with them. Only the thing is you have to channelize. The thoughts comes into your mind, which is a tahrir, which is a writing. And the writing, when you give them another way of expression or express into a visual form, then you paint. So there is a Chinese saying that these two names, tahrir and tasveer, the visual and the writing, has two different names, but their body is the similar. The same body, but you express in a three different ways.
Mumtaz, I wish we can continue such a wonderful discussion, but we are short on time and we have to end it here. Ladies and gentlemen, Mumtaz Hussain, one of our most multifaceted Pakistani Americans based in New York, who has done so much in the form of art, and it was so wonderful to talk to him about his different ventures, and we hope that you win this first prize in Hollywood, The Kind Executioner.
Thank you.
I appreciate your presence here.
Thank you very much for having me.